He has a
Hi, Lindsay.
Hi, you have the Toy Story clouds behind you.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan.
All right.
It's a pleasure to talk to you. Toy Story is not just a movie. It's a part of our lives growing up.
Aw,
So let's dive in.
nice.
First question, Toy Story is loved by so many people. When you start Toy Story 5, do you think more about protecting the legacy or bringing something new?
I think we I think we think about the story first, meaning we think about where the toys are right now. So we think about kind of where they've been in the sense, so it's that in that sense it's legacy. So we're like, where are they now? And what have we put them through? So we try to remember all the things we put them through and where they've been and where we've left them. And then also we think about, you know, as Andrew says, they're like little vampires, meaning they don't grow up, but they're very much in our world, so that they're here in time with us. So they're like, what would they be struggling with? What are they going through? And we were like, okay, they'd be going through technology. These kids are dealing with tech right now. So when we think about it at the very beginning, we're just thinking more about like, what's their struggle? Like, where are they? What's their struggle? Who's in charge? And we're like, oh, Jessie's in charge. Of course she's in charge. She got the badge. So we're very kind of respectful of the story that they've been and who they are, and then also what the world would be putting them through right now.
Perfect. Lindsay, how do you balance nostalgia for old fans and also make the story work for a new generation?
Well, I think we think about it, about kind of if they loved, we think about it more of like if they've loved it in the past, then we should stay true to these characters. So if they've loved the characters, as long as we're staying true to who they are, and we're not departing and doing something totally left field with these characters, then hopefully they continue to love them. And if we're not paying attention to kind of too much of a fad, like we've never tried to kind of make it so in the moment that in 2 years it doesn't make any sense. We've tried to keep them as very real characters. Like if they feel real to you and they feel real to me, then I think that they tend to work for years and years to come. We're in it for the grandkids, as we say. Like we want this to be a movie that, that you pull down for your grandkids to watch and be like, I want you to watch this movie. I loved it as a kid. And it should work for that much time so that it shouldn't feel like it's only for the specific moment or it's only for this specific generation. Hopefully we're appealing to everybody because they can feel like the emotions and the characters are real enough to them. And then I think the freshness or this generation, hopefully we're not, we're definitely talking to the newest generation in our midst at Pixar. When we talk about certain things, we're like, it's really helpful that we have our co-director, for instance, who grew up watching Toy Story. Toy Story 2 was the first film that they ever saw in a movie theater. So you have a mix of people who have made Toy Story 2 and a person who's co-writing it who watched Toy Story 2 in a theater for the first time. So we have the benefit of having multi-generations making the film now.
And what does Toy Story 5 mean to you personally?
I mean, Toy Story 5, I think for me personally, I worked on Toy Story 2. Toy Story 2 was like one of my favorite movies that I've ever worked on. And so Jessie as a character is one of my favorite Toy Story characters and one of my favorite Pixar characters. And so this film feels like the film that we've been waiting for her as a character. Like it feels like such a companion piece to Toy Story 2. This movie, like it has so many references to Toy Story 2. For her, it's a big journey for Jessie, that a lot of it is something that we set up in Toy Story 2 for her. So personally, I love the fact that this is Jessie's movie and that she's finally getting some closure for her on some stuff that went down in Toy Story 2. You don't have to have seen Toy Story 2 to appreciate this movie, but if you have, you'll really, I think, appreciate it. But I also love that this is, you know, a movie that is, as a parent, really talking about, you know, what it's like for kids to struggle making friends. That it's a movie about like what it's like as a parent when you have another parent trying to tell you what the right way to parent is. Like you have two basically moms saying like, oh, this is how you're supposed to make friends. Let me tell you how to do it. Like I have felt that as a parent so many times. And let me tell you what your relationship should be with, you know, technology and like all of the shame that comes with feeling like I've done it all wrong. I feel for Jessie in those moments when she's like, what do you mean? I've done it all wrong? I'm not doing the right thing? I feel like there's so many moments in all of these films that speak to parents, but also speak to kids in a really important way. So I just love watching this film, having come around and coming through all of the films now, kind of looking back and at different times relating to them as a kid, but also relating to them now as a parent. I really appreciate that it works on both ends.
Every Toy Story film hits us emotionally in a different way. I cry a lot every single movie of Toy Story.
Yeah.
Without the spoilers, what kind of feeling or theme can audience expect to take it home this time?
Well, if you cry a lot, you probably will cry on this one. I'm not gonna lie. There's definitely that moment. You'll definitely, there's some pretty freaking funny moments too. But I also feel like there's, again, I think there's some really satisfying closures on this film for Jessie. I feel like it's really a moment, like there's a pretty satisfying moments for Jessie on this one if you're a Toy Story fan. I also think there's, you know, there's some new characters that might climb the list as your favorites. I mean, Smarty Pants is pretty great. So I'm going to throw that out there.
And Lindsay, for finishing this amazing interview, thank you for having me. Can you send a message to Brazilian audience to watch Toy Story 5 on the theaters in next June?
Yes. Oi, Brazil. Watch Toy Story 5 in theaters in June 18th.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Lindsay. I wish you all the best.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.